The screening test for admission of primary 6 pupils into the Lagos State Model Colleges and upgraded junior secondary schools for the year 2016-2017 was recently held. The test, which was conducted in 2 versions, the computer-based test and the paper-based test, had a total number of 10,224 candidates sitting for the examination. Out of this number, 54 candidates opted for the computer-based test. Speaking at the monitoring, the Director Lagos State Examinations Board, Mr. Femi Hassan, stated that there has been a great improvement from the pilot examination that was held last year.
Last year was a pilot scheme where we have 17 candidates in all. This year we have 54 candidates. And we have upgraded our systems to cope with the number of candidates, number of pupils that are taking part in this exam. And then you can see the arrangement. Unlike that of last year, you can see that today you see the candidates. You can see the arrangement. It's like there are demarcations on the table of every candidate. Can have this exam for more than 1,000-2,000 candidates at different locations. We have done that. Unlike last year, like this year now, all these candidates, if we don't want them to converge here, we'll just pick centers for them, and they can do it at different locations at different time at their convenience. But because they are younger ones, we want to have all of them here. But we have moved on above that of last year.
Education Reporter on TV spoke to some of the pupils who sat for the CBT and their parents, and they applauded the examinations board for coming up with the CBT.
I prepared so hard for this exam, studying my book, practiced enough because I don't know what I'm gonna meet in this exam, but I know I've practiced well for this exam. I just want to try and see how I can do with computer doing CBT.
I feel so happy because it's easy. I prepared, I studied maths, I solved maths, and I read English.
My teacher tried a lot, helping me in solving maths. I expect to have excellent maths and come out in flying colors.
They helped me prepare by teaching me mathematics, how to solve mathematics, so that I'll be able to know what computer is and how to use the computer.
Based on the technologies and the times that we are here in this society now, I believe that for nowadays the children have to know most of the technology, and that's one of the reasons whereby that we are putting on for the CBT exam. The organization today is quite okay with what we are seeing now. The organizer, the arrangement and everything. I think everything is going on well now as we are looking at it.
Actually, it's stress-free. Here, there is no stress. There's no stress of going up and down, and it's just for the student to go in straight and for the exam. So for me, it is an easier way for them. The improvement I would love to see is that they just do more of this, increase the publicity about the exams so that more people can participate in it. So to me, I feel not just at this level, even at all other levels, of education, CBT should be encouraged.
Some officials of the board also shared their views.
For the CBT version of screening test, we had a pilot scheme last year in 2015, where we had just 17 candidates that sat for the exam, and that gave us the encouragement, the motivation to have an improvement this year. And by the grace of God, looking at the population we had last year, about 17 candidates, it's an improvement this year when we have 54 candidates for the CBT. But overall, we have 10,224 candidates that are sitting for the whole exam in this year, which is a little above 9,000 that we had last year. So because of that, that gave us an opportunity to have an improvement and a development for this year. And that's a good challenge for us to really prepare ourselves and get it right.
It's good to introduce computer to the students. Computer using is better than using paper pencil. The difference between them is that paper pencil, the students may not be shaded very well, and if they scan their OMR, it will score them 0. Those that did it last year, they enjoy it because it's very interactive. so they all enjoy it.
On its part, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Mr. Adeshino Odeyemi, will also monitor the examination, stating that the state government will continue to improve on its conduct.
I've seen a well-conducted examination, starting from the computer-based exam, which was done at the center at the exam board. Last year we had 17, and this year we have 54. I guess the parents and the students, from the outcome of the exercise of last year, there was a lot of confidence that they have in the system. Also, it's an exam that once you participate in it, you can get the result instantly. And that means we are able to eliminate the issue of exam malpractices. So the result that came out showed those who actually merit those results, and they were able to get admission into our schools. And as such, many people now showed interest in that process this time around. And I'm sure the feat that we performed last year will also be repeated this year too. And I hope going forward, so many of our parents will show interest, because that's the way we are going in Lagos State. We have to move with the world, and we need to leave behind us the issue of these manual exams and go electronic, so that immediately we do our exam, the result is out, and we know that either we have done well or not. It will be clear to everybody, so that if you have not done well, you have opportunity of going back and prepare. And so that because the best is what is good for us in Lagos State.
The placement test was no doubt a success. Successful candidates at the examination will gain admission into the state model colleges and upgraded junior secondary schools of their choice. The latest edition of the Lagos Schools Journal is out. Copies are available for public primary schools at their local government education authorities. Public secondary schools can get theirs at their education districts, and private schools at Block 5, Room 2, Alausa Secretariat. You can also read it online at www.lagosschoolsonline.com. Lagos Schools Journal, bringing education to your desk in Lagos State. Few months back, the Akimumi and Body administration in Lagos State employed teachers with the aim of improving the teaching workforce as well as providing job opportunities. Consequently, after the collection of the employment letters, the teachers were inducted into the state's education family by the Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB. Speaking at the 2016 induction ceremony, the chairman of the board, Dr. Ganiu Shukwenyi, charged the newly appointed teachers to give their best as they discharge their duties.
Which the state is using to complement what is on ground in order to achieve the best results in our primary schools. It is the belief of this administration that education is the most powerful weapon with which you can change the world. The evolution and development of mankind, dating past several centuries, could be attributed to the contributions and ingenuity of the educated few that toil night and day to add value to human existence. Therefore, as newly employed teachers, there are rules and regulations, as well as challenges and opportunities. For you, there is no limit in the service of teaching profession in the state. You are expected to perform at all points, because to whom much is given, much is expected.
The facilitator, Samuel Oguyemi, took his time to educate the teachers on the rules, regulations, and conditions of service for officers in the education sector under the new Lagos State Public Service Rules. The newly employed teachers in Lagos State were appointed after a careful selection from transparent examinations process of international standard. The latest edition of the Lagos Schools Journal is out. Copies are available for public primary schools at their local government education authorities. Public secondary schools can get theirs at their education districts and private schools at Block 5, Room 2, Alausa Secretariat. You can also read it online at www.lagosschoolsonline.com. Lagos Schools Journal, bringing education to your desk in Lagos State.
Global Education Media presents Education Report on TV, a television program that promotes educational events and activities for parents, students, practitioners in educational fields across categories, government officials, particularly those saddled with the responsibility of managing education, and the general public. It also covers programs and activities in the educational sector, such as awards and opening ceremonies, school inter-house sports, collaborative engagement with NGOs, as well as corporate organizations, plus vocational and technical education, institution for people with special education needs, individual contribution towards the growth and development of education while celebrating success in the educational sector at all levels. Please contact 0803-323-2771 or 0812-120-1359. Education Report on TV, promoting excellence in education on television.